So we're doing another Alien article again, and I know how much you love Alien films.
Yeah, I do love the Alien series, but I don't like Alien 3. Just like Michael Biehn. Michael Biehn is an actor perhaps best known for playing the character Corporal Dwayne Hicks in Aliens, and to a lesser extent in Aliens 3. The latter being a film that Michael Biehn was somehow paid more money for appearing in than he was for Aliens, despite the fact he's only on screen for about 5 seconds.
So I've seen the first Alien film and the second Alien film, but not the third. So why does Alien 3 suck so much?
Well, first things first, Nisha, you've basically seen Alien, the series. That's about as far as you need to watch, because Aliens is one of those series that the longer it has gone on, the worse it's gotten. And there are now more bad ones than good ones. And there's Alien, there's Aliens, there's Alien 3, there's Alien Resurrection, and then you've got the Prometheus new trilogy that's going on, and everything after Aliens, at least in my opinion, sucks ass. And it's similar to stuff like Terminator. You got Terminator 1, Terminator 2. Terminator 3 started to push it a bit, but it has its charms, because it's a bit campy. And then you've got Genesis and Salvation and Dark Fate. It's like, oh, fuck's sake, stop doing this. It's embarrassing now.
So many films.
Anyway, Aliens 3 is somewhat infamous amongst fans of the Aliens series due to the fact it unceremoniously kills off two of the most popular characters introduced in Aliens, namely Newt, played by Carrie Henn in famously her only ever acting role, and Man of the Hour, Corporal Dwayne Hicks, played by Big Dick Michael Biehn.
That's a shame, because I really like Corporal Dwayne Hicks as a character in Aliens. I thought he was really good. So how did he die?
Unceremoniously off screen. He's just dead. I think the pod that they're on, Joe, at the end of Aliens, where they're on the escape pod, it crashes and Hicks dies, and so does Newt, and that's it. They're dead. And not only is there no fanfare, neither actor appears in the film. Because as I mentioned, Carrie Henn, who played Newt, Aliens was her only ever acting role. She famously just quit acting after that and went and became a teacher. But Michael Biehn was an actor and he was still working at the time, and he doesn't appear in the film. And a lot of fans saw the unceremonious killing off of one of the best characters in Aliens as a slap in the face for both the actor and the character.
Yeah, just saying that the pod crashed and you don't see him and he's just dead. It's just a shit way to go. It's so shit.
It really fucking is. It's so bad. They just completely wash over the fact, this character's dead. And you can understand it to a degree with the character Newt, because, as I said, Carrie Henn quit acting. She wanted nothing more to do with the series, and there's not really much you can do there. Your hands are tied. It's like, well, the actress doesn't want to come back. What else are we going to do? We can't, replace her with somebody else, because, that'd be really weird. But Michael Biehn, it was still acting and they killed him off. And what makes this even more annoying is that, according to Michael Biehn, his character was going to get an even more insulting death.
So what's more insulting than being killed off screen?
Well, according to Michael Biehn, just all of Aliens 3 felt like a huge fuck you to him, because he did not know that Alien 3 was being made.
Oh.
They started production on the movie and they didn't even bother to tell him. And he only found out that the film was being made when a friend of his called him up to congratulate him on being in the third Aliens movie. And he gets going wait, what? Yeah, you're in Alien 3, right? It's in production right now. He's like, I've not heard that they're making a third one. Also, what do you mean I'm in it? And they told him that they had seen a plaster cast of his character, Dwayne Hicks, with an alien bursting out of their chest at Pinewood Studios.
Oh no.
And assume that, well, you must be involved with the film, because they're filming your character's death right now. And Michael Biehn was very annoyed about this. One, because he didn't know they were making a film, and two, they'd not told him they were going to use his likeness or paid him for it. So he called up his agent pretty sharpish and went, what the fuck is going on?
So Carl, what the fuck was going on?
Bihn's agent found out that they just planned on killing him off. And they didn't need him there because they were just going to use a plaster cast of his body, because they had one from Aliens. So they didn't need to bring him in, because, we're just going to use one of the ones we made from the old film. And so that's fair enough, but at the same time they didn't tell him that, and also they didn't pay him for that, which we'll get to in a moment. And Biehn has since said that I'm not bothered that they were going to kill off my character. I'm fine with that. This is Aliens. Almost everybody died in the film I appeared in. I get it, the aliens are dangerous. I was just really unhappy with the fact they were going to kill off my character in such a shit way. And when he's been asked since then, well, how would you want to die if you got to choose how Hicks went down? He's like, well, I want him to go down swinging. It's like, I don't want him to die like a bitch. I want him to go down like a fucking soldier would, not unceremoniously killed by an alien off screen when he's the only person in Aliens who manages to fight them off. They're not even going to show me fighting the alien.
Yeah.
So if you're going to kill me, at least kill me fighting the alien. Call me up and ask me I'll come in and fight a man in a rubber alien costume. That sounds awesome. But like, no, we're going to fucking kill him off. And he was really, really upset about it. To the point where he told production, you are not allowed to use my likeness. I do not authorise the use of my likeness. Fuck you. Which is a problem for production because how do we now explain that Corporal Hicks isn't in the film? This is a direct sequel to the film where he survives at the end of it. And the director of Alien³, David Fincher, called up Michael Biehn to try and reason with him. And when Michael Biehn got the phone call, he reportedly answered it, heard that it was the director of Alien³, and before he even finished the sentence, just said, go and fuck yourself, and hung up. Which I respect. That's the way to do it.
Really. Yeah.
It's all that needs to be said in it. Go and fuck yourself.
So how did they eventually get him to sign off on it?
Well, David Fincher had no luck, and nobody involved with production could get Michael Biehn to listen. He was that annoyed. It actually took James Cameron himself stepping in and going to Michael Biehn and talking to him. And Michael Biehn, being an absolute legend, went, okay, I'm not being killed by an alien though. I'm not being killed in a way like that. And eventually they worked out a better solution, which was going to be just like, as I said, a panning shot of the crashed craft, and then a picture of him will flicker up on screen saying that he'd been killed. And Michael Biehn was like, yep, you're okay to do that, but if you're going to use my image for that scene, I want, and I quote, a shit ton of money. And what makes this sting for me as a fan of the series is that Michael Biehn loves Alien, and he has tried to reprise his role multiple times. For example, the game Aliens Colonial Marines, which we've done a wiki weekend about, and it sucks ass. It's terrible. It shits all over the Alien canon even harder. But Michael Biehn is in that game, and he said the only reason I agreed to star in it is because they promised that they're going to retcon Hicks's death. And I believe that Aliens Colonial Marines is canon to the series, and it establishes that Hicks survives and does more cool shit. But Michael Biehn has since said that working on that project was awful for him because, they didn't care. No one involved gave a shit about aliens. I care. I love aliens. I came in. I did my best. And I feel just so used that they just wanted to, put a character from the films in to sell their game and didn't give a shit how he was included or anything like that. It's like, oh, god damn it, Michael Biehn.
Oh, no.
On top of that, he's also lent his voice to a reading of an unused Alien³ script in which he survives the initial part and is in it, and then he dies later, alongside Lance Hendrickson, who plays Bishop, and which you can go buy on Amazon or something like that. And it's like, he just wants to be Hicks, and he just wants Hicks to go out swinging at a giant fucking alien, and no one will let him. It's like, no. So far away, Nisha, in a roundabout way, this video has been about a small appearance in a film by an actor that everybody hated. So let's talk about the inverse of that and discuss small appearances or cameos by actors in films that we like. Now I'm going to open with the film Welcome to the Jungle. Have you seen Welcome to the Jungle, Nisha?
I don't think I have, actually.
It's the film starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Sean William Scott. So The Rock and Stifler. And well, I recommend it. It's a good comedy film, and it has a neat twist in the fact that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's character does not use guns. Like, he refuses to fight using guns. He only fights hand to hand. And they have this great bit at the end of the film where, like, Sean William Scott's being shot at by 1 million people with guns, and he sees, like, a shotgun on the floor, and he's like, I don't want to do this. Do not make me pick up this gun. It will not end well for you. And then he goes, okay, fine, and picks up 2 shotguns at once and starts firing them like fucking Dante. In regards to the cameo, The Rock's character is like a bounty hunter or a debt collector or something like that. And in the opening scene, he goes into a really fancy nightclub and he needs to get some money from a professional NFL player. Before this scene happens, though, you see him walking in, and he walks past none other than Arnold fucking Schwarzenegger.
Fun.
And that's it. That's all that he does in the film, and it's fucking great. So, Nisha, small film appearance that you really like?
Well, I'm going to have to say Korg from the MCU.
It's Taika Waititi, isn't it?
Yeah, he plays him, and it just makes me laugh because he's like this big, like, rock beast character, but has like a voice that doesn't really match.
Made of rocks, as you can see, but don't let that intimidate you. You don't need to be afraid unless you're made of scissors.
Speaking of the Thor films, in Ragnarok, you have that scene where Odin, who's actually Loki in disguise, is watching the play, and they have Sam Neill. He's just in that scene. Play. It's like, oh God, I love Alan Grant.
You were merely a little blue baby icicle that melted this old fool's heart.
Fucking yes, and there's like Matt Damon's there. It's like, why is Matt Damon
It's just
playing Loki? He's so dumb. I love it.
Build a statue for me. We will build a big statue for you. With my helmet on, with the big bendy horns.
like, they always used to do it in Friends as well.
Oh
like,
yeah, just
they've
random
had so many
celebrity.
cameos in Friends. They like Bruce Willis.
The Bruce Willis. That's the weirdest one though, because like Ross and Joey and Chandler all love Die Hard, and then a guy who turns up looking exactly like Bruce Willis in Die Hard dates their friend, and no one comments on it. It's like, wait, what?
They don't say anything.
Or you have the episode where Brad Pitt turns up. Like Brad Pitt is just randomly in an episode of Friends, and he hates Rachel.
Rachel Green. God, I hate her, Ross. I hate her.
Speaking of Brad Pitt, though, he might have one of the weirder cameos where I think it's in Jackass the movie or the TV show. I forget which one it is, but it's where they're all dressed up and they have the thing that they do in Jackass skits. So they tell you who's in this scene, and they say, "Oh, it's like Johnny Knoxville, Steve-O, Brad Pitt." But because they're all wearing masks, you think, "Oh, that's the joke." And it's not. It's actually Brad Pitt, and he takes the mask off, and it's like, "What? What? How did you get him to do this?"
Oh, he's in Deadpool too, isn't he, as well, for like
the shortest
1 second.
cameo in movie history.
Really?
It must be good to be Brad Pitt and just be so fucking universally liked and well loved that you can do shit like that. And one of my favourite stories about Brad Pitt is when he was married to Angelina Jolie and they went on their honeymoon. And I don't care if this isn't true. In my head it is, because it's fucking hilarious. People in the hotel rooms around them and the floor above and below requested to be moved because Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt were having such loud, continuous sex. It was distracting people.
Oh,
And
God.
the best thing about that story is you can understand why both of them were being loud. 'Cause it's like, Brad Pitt's there like, "I'm having sex with Angelina Jolie, this is great." And Angelina Jolie's like, "I'm having sex with Brad Pitt, this is fantastic."